Death often seals a legacy, but some famous deaths raise more questions than they answer. From political assassinations to mysterious overdoses, the truth behind these tragedies can be stranger, darker, and more unsettling than fiction. Marilyn Monroe, suicide or silenced? On August 5, 1962, Marilyn Monroe was found dead in her Los Angeles home, an empty bottle of sleeping pills nearby. The official cause was a barbiturate overdose, ruled a probable suicide. But more than 6 decades later, doubts still linger. At the height of her fame, Monroe was entangled in complex relationships, including rumored affairs with both President John F. Kennedy and his brother Robert. Her sudden death, just weeks after these relationships allegedly ended, led some to suspect foul play. Adding to the mystery, key evidence vanished or was mishandled, her phone records disappeared, her organs were never properly tested during autopsy, and reports conflict over who discovered her body. Conspiracy theories suggest Monroe knew secrets that threatened powerful figures, perhaps even state secrets shared during pillow talk with the Kennedys. Some believe she was silenced by the CIA or FBI to prevent leaks that could damage national security. Though officially declared a suicide, the inconsistencies and suspicious timing continue to spark debate. Was Marilyn Monroe truly a tragic victim of fame, or was her death orchestrated to protect those in power? Kurt Cobain, tragic artist or foul play? Kurt Cobain, the iconic frontman of Nirvana, was found dead on April 5, 1994, in his Seattle home from a gunshot wound to the head. Officially ruled a suicide, the case quickly ignited controversy and conspiracy theories that persist to this day. Many point to inconsistencies in the evidence. Cobain had a high level of heroin in his system, enough, some argue, to render him incapable of operating a shotgun. Additionally, forensic experts and skeptics have questioned the authenticity of parts of his suicide note, noting that the handwriting in the final lines appears different from the rest. These lines also shift the tone abruptly toward goodbye, leading some to suspect they were added after his death. Courtney Love, Cobain's wife, has long been a focal point in alternate theories, with some alleging she may have had motive or knowledge. While no solid evidence has led to charges or reopened investigations, the chilling truth remains: many believe Cobain's death wasn't as straightforward as the official report suggests. Princess Diana, accident or assassination? On August 31, 1997, Princess Diana died in a car crash in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel in Paris, along with her companion Dodi Fayed and their driver. The official cause was reckless driving, with paparazzi in pursuit and the driver found to be under the influence. Yet, from the beginning, many believed there was more to the story. Diana had reportedly expressed fears that someone was planning an accident to end her life. In a letter she wrote months before her death, she claimed powerful forces wanted her gone. Theories soon emerged pointing fingers at MI6 and even the British royal family, fueled by claims that she was pregnant and planning to marry Dodi Fayed, an idea said to be unacceptable to the monarchy. Despite multiple investigations, including one by the Metropolitan Police in 2006, doubts persist. Unanswered questions about missing CCTV footage, delayed emergency response, and contradictory witness reports only deepen the suspicion. For many, Diana's death feels less like an accident and more like a carefully orchestrated cover-up cloaked in tragedy. Bruce Lee, mystery in the martial arts world. Bruce Lee, the legendary martial artist and actor, died suddenly on July 20, 1973, at just 32 years old. The official cause was cerebral edema, swelling of the brain, allegedly triggered by a reaction to a painkiller. However, many found this explanation unsatisfying, considering Lee's peak physical condition and vitality. Rumors of foul play began almost immediately. Some speculate he was poisoned, possibly by rivals or even members of the Chinese triads, who were reportedly unhappy with Lee for revealing martial arts secrets to the West. Others believe his death was linked to exhaustion, dehydration, or even a delayed reaction to a previous collapse just months earlier. Adding to the mystery is the so-called Curse of the Dragon, which gained traction after Bruce's son, Brandon Lee, also died under bizarre circumstances while filming The Crow in 1993. The eerie similarities between their untimely deaths have fueled decades of speculation. To this day, Bruce Lee's sudden passing remains one of Hollywood's most unsettling mysteries, leaving fans to wonder whether the truth has been buried with the man himself. Brandon Lee, a death caught on camera. Brandon Lee, rising star and son of martial arts legend Bruce Lee, died tragically on March 31, 1993, while filming The Crow. During a scene where his character is shot, a prop gun misfired and struck him with a real bullet fragment. He was just 28 years old. The official explanation was a freak accident caused by improper weapon handling and poor oversight on set. However, the bizarre circumstances quickly gave rise to speculation. How could a real projectile make its way into a prop gun? Was the safety negligence, reported throughout the production, truly accidental? The tragedy also reignited talk of the so-called Lee family curse, especially given the parallels to his father's sudden and mysterious death 20 years earlier. Both father and son died young, at the height of their careers, surrounded by rumors and unanswered questions. Brandon's death remains one of the most haunting in Hollywood history, not just because it happened on camera, but because it mirrored the dark, gothic themes of The Crow, blurring the line between performance and fate in a chilling twist of real-life tragedy. Elvis Presley, the King never died. On August 16, 1977, Elvis Presley was found unresponsive at Graceland and pronounced dead from a heart attack. Official reports cited health complications tied to obesity and prescription drug use. But for decades, fans and theorists have insisted, Elvis didn't die, he disappeared. Rumors claim Elvis faked his death to escape the pressures of fame, mounting debt, or even threats from criminal organizations. Multiple alleged sightings in airports, diners, and even on live TV interviews helped fuel the fire. Some point to inconsistencies in the autopsy report, including his listed weight, and note that his middle name was misspelled on the gravestone, suggesting a decoy burial. Others believe Elvis may have entered witness protection after working with the DEA, given reports of his cooperation with law enforcement in his later years. These theories, while unproven, persist due to the secrecy surrounding his final days. Whether fact or fantasy, the idea that Elvis lives has become a pop culture legend in itself. His death may be official, but the mystery surrounding it remains a symbol of how icons never truly fade. Michael Jackson, the Doctor, the Drugs, the Demise. Michael Jackson, the King of Pop, died on June 25, 2009, from acute propofol intoxication. The world mourned the sudden loss, but the circumstances surrounding his death quickly raised disturbing questions. Jackson had been preparing for his comeback tour, This Is It, under intense pressure. To help him sleep, his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, administered propofol, a powerful anesthetic typically used in surgical settings. It proved fatal. Dr. Murray was later convicted of involuntary manslaughter, but many believe he was just a small piece of a larger, more sinister puzzle. Speculation swirled about Jackson's massive music catalog, including rights to the Beatles' songs, which made him a valuable, and possibly dangerous, asset to major corporate interests. Some claim Jackson voiced fears that they were out to get him, even alleging he would be murdered for his assets. The official story points to medical negligence, but the chilling truth suggests a deeper exploitation of a global icon. For many, Jackson's death wasn't just a tragedy, it was a warning about the price of fame, power, and ownership in the entertainment industry. Heath Ledger, the role that took everything. Heath Ledger's death on January 22, 2008, shocked the world. Just 28 years old, the Australian actor had recently completed his iconic role as the Joker in The Dark Knight. Officially, he died from an accidental overdose of prescription medications, painkillers, sleeping pills, and anti-anxiety drugs. But many found the timing and circumstances unsettling. Ledger was reportedly battling insomnia and emotional strain from his immersion in the Joker role. His performance was so intense, some speculated the psychological toll contributed to his demise. The image of his Joker diary, filled with disturbing sketches, only fueled these fears. Others pointed to a cocktail of prescriptions from multiple doctors and questioned the oversight involved. Though ruled accidental, the mix of drugs was deemed lethal and avoidable. Whether it was the pressure of fame, the darkness of his role, or poor medical management, Ledger's death felt more like a system failure than a simple tragedy. His legacy as a brilliant, tormented talent still haunts Hollywood. Natalie Wood, drowned or pushed. On November 29, 1981, actress Natalie Wood was found dead in the waters off California's Catalina Island. She had been spending the weekend aboard a yacht with her husband, actor Robert Wagner, and co-star Christopher Walken. The official cause was accidental drowning, possibly while trying to board a dinghy alone. But from the beginning, the story never quite added up. Witnesses reported arguments between Wood and Wagner the night she disappeared. The yacht's captain later claimed he overheard fighting and believed foul play was involved. Key questions: why did she leave the yacht in the dark, alone, in fear of water, remained unanswered. In 2011, the coroner's office amended the cause of death to drowning and other undetermined factors, citing fresh bruising on her body inconsistent with accidental drowning. In 2018, Wagner was named a person of interest, though no charges were filed. Over 4 decades later, Natalie Wood's death remains an open wound in Hollywood. With conflicting accounts and lingering doubts, it's unclear whether it was a tragic accident, or a secret someone's still hiding. James Dean, death on the open road. James Dean was only 24 when he died in a high-speed car crash on September 30, 1955. The actor, already a cultural icon thanks to Rebel Without a Cause and East of Eden, was driving his Porsche 550 Spider, nicknamed Little Bastard, when he collided with another vehicle. The crash was violent and fatal. But the story didn't end there. Rumors swirled about the car being cursed. Parts salvaged from Dean's wreck were allegedly involved in further accidents, injuries, and even deaths. Even famed car customizer George Barris claimed strange events followed the car's remains wherever they went. Dean's fascination with speed and his eerily prophetic statements, like, "You'll be dead in a week," just days before the crash, only deepened the myth. Though his death was ruled an accident, the surrounding legends and the car's curse turned his passing into a haunting Hollywood tale. Dean's death became the symbol of youth, recklessness, and the fleeting nature of fame, immortalizing him as a tragic icon frozen in time.